The real crux of what the A6 is about is the fact that the A6 can do it any time. And with the A6E, we can do it with a high degree of reliability. It can be a beautiful day, or it can be a foul night where the ceilings are down at 100 feet and the visibility is a half a mile. It doesn't make any difference. And that's why the A6 is worth its salt.
Bad weather and darkness have been key elements in greatly reducing the advantages of U.S. air power, allowing the enemy to move freely while U.S. planes sat on carrier decks and remote airfields waiting for the weather to clear. With the advent of the A6E Intruder, however, effective U.S. air power is available round the clock in any weather conditions. One of a kind in the defense inventory, it is the only aircraft capable of penetrating thick ground fog, heavy rains, or intense cloud cover to detect, identify, and attack fixed or moving enemy targets. Electronically, the A6E is a new airplane with the latest radar, inertial navigation, and computer system, key elements in its all-weather tracking capability. But the first Intruder, the A6A, flew early in the 1960s and made its mark in Vietnam. Since then, the airplane has gone through an extensive product development program so that today it is a most versatile weapon system, capable of leading other aircraft into target areas and handling close air support, interdiction, and deep strike missions, with a bomb load second only to the B-52. And with a new CV concept, the A6E is now being used as an ASW vehicle as well. By keying a radar beacon on the ground with the computer system in the A6E, close air support can be carried out with an accuracy in air-to-ground weapons that was previously unattainable with a non-radar significant target. To take full advantage of the system's capabilities, Marines have put pilots in the field as forward air controllers to direct beacon operations.
And they know the air side and they know the ground side, and therefore the coordination is extremely good, and the response from the aircraft is good because they're talking to people of their own type.
Frustrating when you get out there, you've got the aircraft, you've got the enemy situation developing, but you haven't got the weather to get any kind of ordnance on the target. What this RABFAC will do for you, either at night when it's essentially IFR condition or in cloudy weather where you can't see the ground, you can load up a RABFAC and essentially it's just a transponder, and he can set it up, and with his radar in the A6, the Grumman A6, he can paint that beacon, you can give him the important information, and he can, from that beacon, get an offset bombing point, pick it up, and destroy the enemy without ever seeing them.
And that's going all the way through, up to the desk. The bird is coming over, making contact, being passed out to the forward air controller, running the strike, and the ordnance on the ground in 33 minutes. These guys will put them anywhere you want them. It's just a question of how close to you do you dare put it.
The A6 is called upon to do several different missions. Somebody has to back off and say, I can do with less of this, but I've got to have more of that, and be ready to pay for it.
Anytime you talk performance in an aircraft, you're talking about compromise, which are trade-offs depending on what you're looking for in the airplane.
The designers of the A6 made a compromise, but by making that compromise, we are able to carry a large weapons load. We can carry 15,000 pounds of external stores, and we can carry it pretty well to the fringes of the envelope. The A6 is a very stable airplane, and as you learn in elementary aerodynamics, when you get at that stability, you trade off some maneuverability. Yet the A6 is very maneuverable. You got heavy stick forces. You feel like you might be driving a Mack truck as compared to some more maneuverable airplanes, but it will maneuver, and it'll put bombs on target in any condition.
It maintains its energy. You're doing 360 knots running in on a target for a pop-up attack. You can cob it and pull up, and you'll have 300 knots for the rolling. You'll have that airspeed. You've got a deck to 10,000 foot pop-up capability with about a 3 to 4 mile stand.
And put it on the target with the accuracy that the A6 can deliver the ordnance and get home with enough gas left to go to an alternate.
Performance is only part of the story. The hottest airplane in the inventory isn't worth the hangar space it occupies if you can't rely on it consistently. And anytime you're dealing with a sophisticated weapon system, you're faced with problems of availability and maintainability. Readiness is what it's all about. Pilots never want to miss a sortie, and maintenance personnel pride themselves on quick turnarounds to meet demanding flight schedules. With the system reliability of the A6E, aircraft can be turned around in 45 minutes. And intruder squadrons are making more sortie commitments with total weapon system capability. A built-in test system helps the crew determine status of the various A6E weapon system components in a matter of minutes. A complete operational check can be accomplished in less than half an hour. Go, no-go in under 15 minutes. The crew knows exactly what they have to work with before they take off. And the bombardier navigator is often able to troubleshoot in-flight malfunctions while in the air, providing a more meaningful debrief back on the deck. To package this kind of capability in one aircraft, and then to keep that aircraft an effective fighting machine over the years in the face of constantly changing technologies and new threats, takes a lot of airplane to start with, and a continuous program of product improvement. Even now, the A6E has improved means for acquiring and identifying targets, and for delivering weapons with greater accuracy than ever before, at night and in any weather conditions. A tram version of the Intruder with a forward-looking infrared display, or FLIR, provides television-like pictures of targets that can't be seen by the unaided eye, nor sharply delineated by the sweeping now you see it, now you don't image on a typical radar scope. Using temperature differences to generate the display, FLIR can help A6 crew members target an enemy tank, a ship's waterline or concealed cargo, and deliver smart laser-guided weapons. Even non-radar significant road patterns and plowed fields can be clearly distinguished. The A6E is also being equipped to deliver the Standoff Condor missile, a self-navigating, television-guided system effective at long range against ship and land-based targets. The unmatched versatility of the A6E and its seemingly endless potential for assuming still greater capabilities is in keeping with the basic design considerations for the aircraft. A flexible weapon system, effective in a limited war or an all-out offensive.
There's always been a lot of discussion, I think, about the virtues of a very cheap air-to-ground tactical airplane as opposed to the much more expensive all-weather, all-purpose, multi-mission aircraft such as the A6 is. I think we proved without question in Southeast Asia the value and the requirement for a more sophisticated, more capable aircraft than what perhaps the cheapest version we can put on a carrier deck would provide. We proved it nightly from all the carriers in the 7th Fleet